story. Tonight, we are learning more about a deadly ATV crash that involved 7 children in Cherokee County, Alabama. Channel 2's Brittany Kleinpeter is live from Atrium Health in Rome tonight. And Brittany, some of the children involved, they're being treated there right now.
That's right, Candace. We know that 4 children are being treated here in Rome. 3 others are being treated in Birmingham, and we know the ranges of their ages are from 12 months to 12 years old.
Yesterday, just before 4 p.m., Cherokee 911 received a call or multiple calls from the ATV park down on County Road 8 reporting a ATV accident.
Tonight, investigators in Cherokee County are working to figure out what led up to a deadly ATV accident just west of the Georgia-Alabama state line.
It appears that the deceased driver was operating a razor, and according to witnesses, at a high rate of speed, he struck another razor who tried to avoid him, left the roadway, overturned and struck a tree.
No one was wearing a harness or restrained.
Authorities say 2 adults died and 7 children were injured in the crash at Indian Mountain ATV Park, 4 of which were brought to the Atrium Health Floyd Medical Center. The other 3 children were flown to a Birmingham hospital. That's where family friend Monica Watkins spoke to us from outside the children's hospital rooms in Alabama.
They keep asking for mom. They keep asking for mama, and I don't know what to say because we haven't told them about her yet.
Watkins identified one of the victims as Ashley Hawkins. She says she has lived with Ashley for 4 years and helps her raise her children.
I have to be strong for these babies because I'm going to have to play the mother role. I'm going to have to take the place of their mom. I can never replace their mom, but I'm going to have to feel like mom.
Monica identified the other adult who passed away as Marcus Ragland, who she says Ashley shared 2 of her children with. She says Marcus is a father of 10 and had 2 other children on the way.
And I just want the community to pray for us, but also pray for his other children.
And Monica, the family friend of Ashley, tells me that the 3 children in Birmingham suffered from broken bones and bruising. She said the 12-month-old that was involved is being treated here in Rome, and he and the 3 other children also suffered from various types of bruising. Reporting from Rome, Brittany Kleinpeter, WSB Tonight.
Yo, what's up, everybody? Super Okay, I'm back with another video for this for the Wednesday morning for y'all, man. I probably know another tragic breaking news out of Cherokee County, Alabama area, to where 2 parents were killed, and so I think 7 children were injured in that ATV accident. So involving I think 2 parents was killed, but struck, and I think several children were injured, and how they was found safe alive. But it's 2 parents from Rome, Georgia was killed, and 7 children were injured Saturday somewhere in Cherokee County, Alabama, in an ATV crash, according to the local sheriff office. It happened at the Indian Mountain ATV park. The Cherokee County, Alabama sheriff office said it was involving a side-by-side RZR carrying 9 people, hitting another RZR, and then overturning until they hit I think got struck by a tree. So happened on the area of somewhere out of nowhere, somewhere in the top of the remote area, and so it's a driver was injected and pronounced dead on the scene. It's a woman who later died of the injuries, and 3 children were flown to the medical hospitals to trauma centers in Birmingham, and the sheriff officer said 4 of the other children were it's a transport to Atlanta. I'm trying to point to the Toronto Florida Medical Center, somewhere around Georgia area. So it's just that the victims were Marcus Ragland and the other woman that was Ashley Hawkins. So I think both of them had died, and that was deceased. But it's a case of Ragland's children were in ATV and taken to the hospital, including the five after 1-year-old. He shares with the lady, Angel Dunn. So, and man, it's sad, man, right there, man. It's sad to where I think well, hold on. It said during the news conference on Sunday afternoon, Cherokee County Sheriff Jeff Shaver said the witness said the driver of the RZR, I people were trying to operate a vehicle at a high speed, I think at a high rate of speed, and struck another RZR and tried to avoid him before overturning in front of, I think, until they had got struck by a tree and died, and but I feel the case is kind of investigation right now because they, basically trying to figure out what happened, on, I think right there, he got killed by the ATV, but I don't know. I feel like I don't know. I feel like kind of sad, tragic news about a family. I guess the mother, father had died, and to where their 7 children were injured in a ATV accident. But I believe it's a type of like things where folks who drive ATVs, like some driving, I think high speed rate to where things can happen, things can get bad to where somebody can get killed by a vehicle or by in type of like type of things that people ride in. But I feel like people who ride the ATVs can get struck by a car or they get injured bad. But I feel like the family still grieving the loss of 2 people who had died in ATV accident. But I feel it's kind of sad to where the kids is maybe I don't know. I probably kids lost their mother and father, man. But it's kind of sad to where people gotta be careful about driving on ATVs, man. Especially if you're driving in a high speed rate, things can get bad to where you gotta be careful out here. You gotta be careful about what you do out here. But I feel like the family of 2, I don't know. I feel like so I saw the whole photo. I saw the pictures of the victims. So I think one of them was black man, and the other one, is a white woman who had died. And but I believe that was like having kids together. I guess they I don't know. I guess they're a couple. So I guess they're a couple. So I guess they got killed. In different direction. But I feel like it's still sad, tragic to the day to where 2 parents are dead now, and 7 children got hurt. But it's sad, anyway. But so it's sad. So I probably get my condolence to the family of the victim who had died, in the ATV accident in this. But I feel like people, I don't know. I do feel like people get careful, man. So I'm trying to give you advice on YouTube is to be careful about things you do, things things can cause you your life to where folks who ride in the type of ATV and they get killed, get struck by a tree, or get killed by a vehicle means that they gotta be careful on your speed limit, because speed limits can be a type of main problem to where people who speed too fast and they can't stop the ATV, or they can't even stop the speed limit. But I feel like they had got killed in a tragic accident I do. But so they're from Georgia, but they came to so they could. And so yeah, so I bet they're from Georgia, but they came to Alabama to ride the ATV. So I guess they came to Alabama to have fun somehow. Fun went out, man. I think fun kind of went tragic to where both of them, the parents had died in the scene, and but it's sad. So you're sad. So make sure I like, comment in, try for peace. I'm out here. Take care and peace.